Hi everyone, this is Salvi with your VTuber news today. Before we get into the news, please hit the subscribe, like, and maybe even hit the bell notification icon, and let's get into the first story that we have today. Nyana Banyana, the gremlin bratty VTuber, Latina, English, and Spanish, she has been doing a lot of different projects with, singing and concerts and things like that. Those have been amazing. I love seeing those. But right now, she has a bit of an announcement, which is here. Thank you for your continued support of Nyana Banyana VT. We regret to inform you that Nyana will henceforth be taking a break until April 1st due to health concerns. Right now, she cannot speak due to her streaming activities because she is currently having coughing fits and has had a fever for multiple days. So she may have the 19 thing, or she may just have, a flu, cold, etc. But it is good that she's going to be taking a bit over a week in order to make sure that everything is good and coming back. As of right now, April 1st is an estimate of when she thinks she will be feeling better. Not to mention, she also has previously agreed upon sponsorship stream that day that she cannot miss. Along with that, she also has a brand new exciting debut planned that day and a birthday donathon. Thank you for your attention and continued support. So yes, she is of the size where she does have sponsored streams. She does have sponsorships that go out and are there, which are very, very important as a VTuber to not miss any of your sponsored streams. I haven't missed any of the ones that I've been responsible for, so you have to make sure to always have that responsible part of it, even if you are sick. The sponsors usually, unless you're like really close with them already, don't care. From my perspective and from what I've seen and experienced, they a lot of times, unless you have very good communication with them, they don't care about what's happening. They don't care about anything that's going on in your life, because that sponsorship stream is the sponsorship stream. You should go through that. And of course, that's kind of the way adult life works a lot of times. Rest well, Nyana. Hope you feel better soon. Get well soon. Glad you're taking care of yourself. Get some rest from Aiden Mixture. A lot of people are saying the same stuff. Of course, take care of your health first. That is the most important thing, because if you don't have your health, you can't do any sponsorship streams later. You can't do anything for your community later. You can't do anything in general later, and that's not a good thing for anybody. So I do hope that she does take a good rest, and she does get better very soon. I hope she gets better before April 1st, so that the April 1st return is with her being super healthy. Kana Yannagi is having her huge Minecraft server with, a bunch of other people that she has. The Wild Frontiers. I believe it is that Steampunk Minecraft server that she mentioned a while back. And here we go. Let's go. The Steampunk Minecraft server opens in 2 hours, but it's already open by the time I am making this video. And by the time you guys have seen it, their stream probably would have ended. So let's take a look at the stream as it's going right now, as of me recording this, of course. They started 2 hours before I started recording. Let's take a look. It looks really, really nice. It takes a lot of effort to make this. It takes a lot of effort to get everything done.
Here,
like,
which some are already been taken yet.
With other stuff here. All these things prepared beforehand. It's always very nice to see. Always very good to see all this done. This took several hours. Like hundreds of hours
silverfish eggs
of a lot of people working together to build these things, because a lot of these things, as far as I know, don't.
Oh, you can wait. No, you can actually wait, because we're building.
They don't actually get started. Like it's not like a pre-built where you can go in. As far as I know, at least, it's not a pre-built where you can go in, and check and make sure everything is done. That is, there are options for those things to happen. As I'm pretty sure there are some pre-built Minecraft servers, but as far as I know, here you don't have the ability. I mean, it hasn't been done before in the primary thing. So this is something that they worked a lot on. It looks very, very nice. A lot of VTubers are going to be a part of this. As you can see, she already has 6 in there, and I believe with 1.2.1, 1.21, whatever, 1.21, they did have voice chat inside of Minecraft, because I've been seeing, Hololive and other ones do that there. So it is very, very, very good. You have Brielle Cookie Box, Kana Yannagi, a bunch of other people in there that are also getting this, showing the world what it is and giving all the entertainment possible to everyone in each of their communities. Either way, whether this was pre-made or not, which this one is, if I remember correctly, like I said, is not, it is still fun to see all of this be made, and of course, all of them have fun. Osaka VTuber Circuit Fest is a VTuber festival that is going to be happening. It is the third performer announcement and ticket sales begin. It's a circuit-style music festival taking place on May 5th across 4 venues and 5 floors in the Minami area of Osaka. Today is the last performer announcement. We have also just started selling tickets. Purchase tickets in the link below. So these are the people that are there. As you can see, quite a few people. There are quite a few people here. Quite a few people that you may recognize, some that you won't, some that I don't even recognize. Let's take a look a little bit closer. I don't know why this one was much smaller. I don't know why. I apologize for that. But yeah, that's the quality of some of these things. Let's take a look in here, see if it's better quality here. Yes, much better quality here. I apologize for the bad quality before. Much better quality here. You can see a lot of JP VTubers, of course. And you can see here more JP VTubers. And of course, some, I think Grand Pico is going to be there from Face Connect. And the boys are going to be there too. There's some boys that are going to be in there. On the far right, that does look like Usan Unnamed. So they are going to be there as well. If I am wrong, then I apologize. But bottom right seems like Usan Unnamed. So it is a wonderful thing to see it happen. This is the VTuber Fest, the actual the Twitch and Twitter and all that kind of stuff that they have. I think they actually only have the live pocket here and the Twitter. I keep messing up when it comes to Twitter and Twitch. I do apologize for that. Their Twitter here. They're announcing all the people that are going to be at the fest. They're doing all their several announcements here. Of course, having Porca Miseria. You have Meido Shirone. You have also Minmo Nara. You have Ameru Hoshifuru. All these other people. Omare Piano. Other people that are going to be a part of it also showing up. And here is their information. And how you can purchase and where you can purchase, all that kind of stuff. It is 7,000 yen, drink not included, which is about 50 bucks, I think, around there. Right now, it's about 50 bucks, I think, around there. So that's not too expensive. That's not too expensive for the May 5th one. And of course, each day you can have the days that they're there. Everything, it's going to cost around the same. So it's, of course, something that I wanted to show you guys. Not something you guys are probably going to be able to see, but it's nice to see indies and other agency VTubers coming together for a fest in Osaka on May 5th, it looks like. Cinco de Mayo over here in the US. I felt this was very important to have out there a bit of a PSA for people who are, like myself, who don't like Nijisanji 100%. I'm not against the VTubers, I'm not against the talents themselves. I'm more against the upper management, the decision makers, the people who at the end of the day are the ones that make the decisions for a lot of what's happening in Nijisanji. The VTubers are perfectly fine. Now, you have Hololive and Nijisanji doing a baseball tournament thing together. They are going to be playing a baseball game, an actual baseball, actual video game in an actual stadium for baseball. So that's something new. And there's some people who have been bringing hate, some people who have been bringing, anger towards that. And here's what Kanata has to say. Nijisanji and Hololive might be competing companies, but that's just on the company level. But if you take an overall view of VTubers, VTubers are people that are like, hey, let's hype the VTubing world up in many different ways. I think that is important. For VTubing to achieve greater heights, it'll be difficult to do it alone by myself or with just Hololive. That's what I think. We all want to etch VTubing into the annals of history, right? That's why for me, I view them more as comrades rather than as rivals. I view them as comrades and as people I look up to. And that is the thing. A lot of Hololive VTubers, I don't know how many, but I've seen it commonly said that a lot of Hololive VTubers are friends with people in Nijisanji because they don't see them as, oh, you're a Nijisanji VTuber. They just see them as you are a VTuber. You are part of the community that I am a part of, and I want it to grow. Competition is good. Competition is healthy, but cooperation within, the VTubing sphere is very important. Interagency cooperation is very important. Just like in the corporate world, if you've ever been a part of it, you have interagency cooperation all the time. There are some that will never mix, like Pepsi and Coca-Cola. But you'll have different ones that will pop up and be a part of collaborations. Let's take a look at what she actually has to say.
応援してくれさ、親らとかさ、 ホロライブのリスナーさんとかさ、その2時3時の佐々木さんのコメントも僕見てたんですよ。やっぱその握力50キロ初めて聞く人もたくさんいるわけじゃん。クソ速さってよかったわ、マジで。すげえ自己紹介だな、こいつみたいな。言ってくれてて嬉しかったです。ざわついてたのかなわかんないけど、多分、なんだろう、こいつはって思ったね、2時3時のリスナーさんも、あ、この人はいじってもいい人なんだなって思ってくれたらいいっすね。
今回はね、残念ながら出られないから。
That whole thing, she's talking about that whole situation.
緊張した。一応知ってる人ばかり。いや、そんなことないから、だって会ったことないじゃん。リゼさんとは実はすっごい前に、お仕事一緒になったことがあるんですよ。もうものすごい前なんだけど、でも覚えててくれた。あ、お久しぶりですって言ったら、あ、お久しぶりですみたいな。あの時ぶりですよねみたいな感じで言ってくれて、覚えててくれてる思ったわ。あ、そうなんです。楽屋が別だったの。なんでと。
And this is just me showing you this because, yes, they do talk to each other. That is kind of to explain. Yes, they do talk to each other. Yes, like for example, Sara, I believe, is a big friend of Hachama. They've been in streams together. They've been chatting together. They've been in VCs together. These people are regular human beings behind the kayfabe, behind the mask, behind breaking the fourth wall. They're regular human beings with regular relationships, regular friendships, and things like that. Just because they're part of different companies does not mean that they haven't had time together and that they shouldn't collab together. So, of course, show them all the love. Yes, support Hololive if you want to support them. Support Nijisanji if you want to support them. I, personally, will not see anything wrong with that, and I hope you guys won't either. Because at the end of the day, this is helping the VTubing community. This is making the VTubing community a much bigger place, a much stronger place, a much more healthy environment, a much more healthy community for everyone to enjoy. We may have our differences, that is what makes a community healthy, having our differences, talking it out in a respectful manner. Don't go and harass people. That is my main takeaway from this. You can do as you please, but it just doesn't look good if you go and harass people. As many of you know, I have covered what Cover and Hololive, Holostars, etc. have been doing, has been going more towards pop, betting on that a bit, and, also betting on the community joining them in this whole thing. It has led to a little bit of stumbles, some big stumbles in some cases, but at the very least, they have given their talents a chance to decide whether they want to do it or not. And of course, this is talking about, the things that happened at Makohari Mess, which was Holo Fest. Several days after the expo, Cover founder CEO is elated by how things went by. Speaking from the company's office, he says the 3D related content is only getting bigger. They were a niche back in the day. Now they're actually getting super strong, as it's saying here. Hololive talents to collaborate with a wide range of companies. Tokyo Metropolitan Government. They've done museums. They've done all these different things. Of course, Raden has done museums. They've done art places, art exhibitions, that type of stuff. It is insane, the breadth of things. It's not just VTuber-related agencies. It's McDonald's. It's all these other things that they have been doing together in order to spread Hololive. The Dodgers was another big one. They did baseball freaking over there. Now they're going to be doing another baseball thing really recently, like soon, with Nijisanji as well. So they are doing everything they can to get their fans in this, to become a little bit more mainstream. Hololive is best known for having one of the largest fan bases in VTubing, and their success in the industry attracts fans and potential talents to either join the agency or set up their own. Jay Aganoi, editor and publisher of the website VTuber News Drop. VTuber News Drop is one that I have used very many times. I do follow them. They do very, very good news. They do like well-created, well-thought-out, well-researched pieces. That's what I mean. Tiny Go has even bigger goals. We want the company that can compete on the international stage. It says over here, we did a demonstration of our technology for investors. The reaction, especially from those outside Japan, was really impressive. That's when we knew we had something. In 2016, that's what he's talking about. 2016, when they were doing more 3D related stuff. Basically, they've been trying, other things. Other things have been tried with Miku. I would say Miku is probably the first VTuber out there with the way things, a virtual avatar, virtual idol. Of course, when he started out, he wanted to be more like AKB48. That was the big meme there in 2019 of what he wanted to be. And the sheer size of Hololive's roster, over 90, mirrors the supersized lineups of AKB48 and sister groups in the 2010s. Yes, AKB48 was huge. They had secondary teams, tertiary teams, things like that. And of course, he says, he has shown, to put his money where his mouth is, it all depends on what the talents themselves want to do. So he doesn't want to push them to do too much. And of course, we've had graduations recently because people have had differing ideas on everything, of course. They are a lot less restricted than they were before. In some cases more, some cases less. You can see it a little bit different. VTubers interact directly with fans across digital platforms. They're less restricted. VTubers are less restricted in the sense you don't have to put makeup every day. You don't have to look your best. You can just get out of bed and do your stuff. Of course, the girls don't do that. They actually plan a lot, but there are, of course. And of course, here's another thing from VTuber News Shop. This is what I really wanted to show you guys, which is very true. Agony points out, or Agony, very different in that, unlike with Akimoto, or, the AKB48, most English-speaking fans forgive Tanigo if cover makes mistakes as long as Hololive talents are treated well. The support remains strong even after a string of high-profile graduations from agency. You rarely see that kind of reverence toward other executives in this young VTuber industry. Tanigo is, of course, YAGOO, and YAGOO is best girl. He has been very straightforward, business-focused, but he has been, of course, always taking responsibility. That is the big thing I want to show to you guys. Remember, he always takes responsibility for things that happen. It's like it happened under my watch, so I'm at fault. Instead of pushing it on to each talent, pushing it on to, some other nebulous creator, nebulous manager somewhere out there. He says, basically that like he's apologized recently for the graduation things, recently saying, they need to talk more with the talents. They're going to be opening a one-to-one dialogue with talents whenever he has a chance. He does do those tea parties where he has actual talks with the talents and they can open up and ask anything. And of course, you have others over here. And I do want to show you one thing here. Sees the broader appeal of Japanese entertainment as a rising tide that can lift VTubing further. He believes true global success requires a united front. With K-pop, you had Samsung and other companies in South Korea pushing to put the music into the Western market, adding that Japan shouldn't rely on just one company to drive anime-based entertainment worldwide. It should be several big companies and Japanese industries working to help one another. And of course, we have Nijisanji, who's another competitor of theirs, who had at one point ambitions for worldwide stuff. They had Nijisanji Korea, Nijisanji India, Nijisanji ID, which is Indonesia. They had Nijisanji EN. The first three that I mentioned, Korea, India, and of course Indonesia, were exterior ones, but they failed in the sense that Nijisanji did not support them, and Nijisanji closed them down and absorbed whoever they could into JP. Some graduated, some allowed them to be absorbed in there. EN is not doing so well right now. At least the large number of EN people aren't doing so well because they aren't getting supported. So I don't think they have the huge expectations of money in the EN sphere anymore as they used to. So that leaves cover, of course, with more opportunities. And I do hope they take advantage of them in the future. Just wanted to show you a little bit of it. Didn't want to read through all of it because it would take me 15 minutes the way I read and how slow I am and all the commentary and that kind of stuff. So I do hope that you saw something interesting here. And of course, we will continue with other stories. In some random Hololive VTuber stuff with the connection to holostars, I do like that Shiori at any point in time feels free enough and, safe enough to talk about the boys. Of course, EN and ID seem to be a little bit less prone to having unicorns. Even if they do, they don't seem to care too much about, them trying to restrict them, etc. Because, of course, you shouldn't restrict the ones that you like watching. If you like watching Shiori or others, you should not restrict them from doing what they please. Of course, let's take a look. Shiori talks about Magni, Vesper, and her favorite gag. Let's take a look.
I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Like, some people are very open with their ages. At least for, some. I don't know about everyone. Yeah. She's 17 years old.
Marine,
yes. I
yes.
was thinking about someone else. Like, some people in the community, they just, they don't give a shit. It's usually, on the boys' side, though. From
Like
what
me,
I've
I'm
noticed.
55 and I don't
For the
care.
girls' side, naturally, is we're 4,000 years old, of course. It's just funny, I think. Yeah, I think in, was it? I thought Vesper was actually, very open about it. Was he not?
Yeah.
I don't really know, actually. I feel like he would have been. He was open? Oh, okay. He was. Okay, yeah. Guys tend to be more open with that in general. Girls, though, no.
I mean, unless you're trying to hag max. Then if you're trying to hag max, you're going to say you're 30 or something.
Fuck no. Oh, so for those who don't know, there was in the star side, we used to have Vesper and Magni. I never really got to know them though. They were like the two talents, and I believe Vesper, it was like people compare us, and like they joke that I'll be like the daughter or something. So that's where it's like coming from. Yeah, Vesper has moved on to probably like Castlevania or something. And then Magni is probably like, did he have like a meme or something? Magging around. Is that the meme actually? It was magging time. Okay.
Magging time, yes.
I did. There was this one thing I did like. Though. It was
morbid.
like Magmo. That was pretty fun. It was like my favorite gag. God. Okay, how do I get up there?
Yes. So of course, that is a little wonderful part that I wanted to show you guys, because that is something that is good to be able to see Shiori and others talking about people who did, are now graduating, did graduate, did pass on to the next phase to reincarnate in where they are. Because Magni and Vesper have reincarnated. Of course, I'm not going to talk about the reincarnations here, but they have reincarnated and are moving on to other forms of content. So, of course, that is the main thing. There are people that are unicorns that don't like that they're talking about the guys at all, but, those are the very, very small percentage. Welcome back, everyone, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between, to bring a more positive aspect of everything, a more positive sphere for everything. I do appreciate you being here. And, of course, this is for CedarVT, the Leaf Boy EN VTuber. Just some Leaf Boy stuff. Twitch affiliate. Let's take a look at their channel here. Just your friendly neighborhood Leaf Boy playing games and doing dumb stuff. And of course, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the stuff they've done.
Okay, so one more double hit would kill it. So I'm just gonna leave it in the yellow and start chucking balls.
We pray.
Immediate breakage.
This is some Pokemon stuff.
Like, look, we don't expect it to catch, but if it does. If it does, this would be a pair. This would be one of the pairs of all time. Honestly.
No way!
They got it. Oh, God.
Yo!
Dude, they got Entei.
After so many runs, after like 30 runs, we finally get a legendary in a Pokeball.
Absolutely no way.
In a regular Pokeball.
We rolled the 1%. Let's fucking go. All right.
That is really hard to get. I don't know very much about Pokemon, but I do know I've not really heard of it. I guess it's something that does happen. I haven't really heard of it myself. Pokemon Black and White is what they were playing. And of course, thank you so very much, CedarVT, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. And I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you so much for watching. That is all the news that we have for today. Please let me know down below if you want to know any more news, or if you have any comments regarding anything that you saw here, which I will try my best to respond to. I love seeing your comments down below. Of course, as well, like and subscribe to the channel. That will give you more information every single day. I do 2 videos a day, so hopefully you enjoy.